I'm going to find a failed Roblox game, buy it, and by using some new strategies, hopefully turn it around. I have done this before, and it was a big success, so this time I'm doing it with 10 times more money. There's always a risk that I will walk away with nothing, but you know what they say. You can't expect to succeed if you're not even trying. The best part about buying an already existing game is that you don't have to think of the idea or do any of the labor. You can already sort of decide whether it can be turned into something viral or not. The best place where you can find games is Twitter. I scrolled for a bit and I couldn't really find anything special. There was the simulator, but the problem is they don't really work anymore. These stud style games are the new trend. This post caught my eye. It's a template, but it has failed as well. I mean, 50,000 visits is a lot, but it's nowhere near viral. I played the game for a while, and from the looks of it, there were 0 bugs. This might be the one. I don't think I can find anything better for just 10,000 robux. I messaged the seller on Discord and waited for his response. He got back to me right away and offered the game for completely free. I didn't really understand why until I realized that he subscribed to my channel. Well, I just got the template for completely free. Big respect for that guy, he was so nice. However, this video is about me buying a failed game and turning it around, so I will pay him the full price. If I got the game for completely free, it would ruin the point of this challenge, so here goes my 10,000 robux. Alright, now let's get to work. I need to figure out how I'm going to make this viral, and I think I got the perfect plan. What I'm going to do is turn this concept into something more trendy. That alone should attract way more players, but I'm also going to add many improvements. I started by plugging in my own framework. I had to go over nearly every single script, but in the future it'll make my life easier. It's the first day of me developing this game and it's already past midnight. I successfully implemented my framework, and before I get some sleep I want to say something. I absolutely hate this new UI. It's the next day and I don't know what Roblox was thinking. This new UI is so confusing. Anyways, I found a way to get it back and continued on implementing my framework. This game has a bunch of animations, but I can't really use them. They're uploaded on the seller's group, so I need new ones. You know I can't animate, so I asked my friend for some help. Okay, so I'm finally done implementing my own framework, and it took me way too much time. As you can see, it has my classic UI animation. I mean, I didn't really have to do this, since the existing framework wasn't that bad. However, in the future, it'll make my life easier. I already mentioned this before. I did a bad job writing this video script. Now let me change the lighting. There we go, it already looks a lot better. The next thing that I want to do is redesign the UI. I made the concept in Photoshop. Then I redesigned every single frame. This took a while. I also need new vectors, and for that, let me use ChatGPT. Yeah, this is not something that I'm looking for. I strictly said no outline. I guess ChatGPT isn't the smartest. Neither am I. I tried modifying this vector myself. I continued on to remake the UI and add new buttons. Half a day later, I'm finally done remaking the UI. It looks way better, but nothing functions anymore. I can't even open the shop. I got a lot of work to do. One by one, I rewrote all of the necessary scripts and made them work using the new UIs. Alright, so I'm done re-scripting the UIs, and as you can see, everything works. I can teleport to the shop, to my plot, I can open the store, rebirth, and etc. I also slightly remade some of these billboard UIs. Now I want to focus on the map. Each player will have their own plot. I don't really like how these look, so I remade them. I built this factory themed house, and honestly, it fits the build very well. I pretty much deleted the rest of the map and finished decorating the plot. I changed this highway to an island and added 3 leaderboards. For the cherry on top, I added these conveyors and overall improved the look of this map. It's still missing something, and it's some 3D models. I hopped on a 3D modeling software called Blender and made a wind turbine. I accidentally broke Blender. I don't know how, but I deleted the whole workplace. I can't even select these models. I don't even know what I pressed on my keyboard. That's what happens if you use too much Blender. Speaking of Blender, I have released my first ever beginner's guide. I know, this has been requested for ages, so you can finally get it on my website. Inside you will learn the basics of 3D modeling, create your own low poly asset pack, and get a free cheat sheet with a bunch of useful shortcuts. And yeah, you will learn how to import models with colors. For more details, visit my website, linked in the video's description. I decorated the map with these wind turbines, and I did something special. After nearly a full day of work, I'm finally done with this map. And I have to say, I'm proud of it. I try to pay attention to all of these small details by adding these grass blocks and also these flowers. And to make this map feel more alive, I added these wind turbines, which fit the theme perfectly. Animations like these can really make your game feel more alive. Also, what's this grass block right here? I guess I forgot to remove it. I want to add multiple plot levels. Right now, when rebirthing, you don't really get much, so this could be a nice addition. My friend got back with the animations, and honestly, they look clean. I re-scripted the plot system to work with the current setup. I pretty much had to go over the entire system, so this took a while. Back to these lightsabers. I changed the sound effects, otherwise they just wouldn't work. Okay, so I'm still trying to make this work. The biggest problem is that these scripts have fixed values, which means you can't really add more of these pads or more of these shredders. I'm trying to re-script the entire system, but it has over 800 lines of code. I'm just kind of stuck here. I decided to ask someone for help. I can't do this on my own. In the meantime, I made this model. It's supposed to be the first part of a hydraulic press. Yeah, this game is going to be about squishing items. The old system used blades, and they came in a bunch of variants. I pretty much just copied them and added a couple new ones. Then for each one, I made an icon. This piece of metal won't work on its own, so I animated it. I just got done scripting, and now instead of blades, this game has these hydraulic presses. Let me pick up this car and throw it in. As you can see, these blades start moving together, and once they're done, they go back to the starting position. Anyways, it's time to get the secret assets that'll make this game go viral. Before I do that, let me make a settings frame. Here you can adjust the sound volume, music volume, and also choose to turn on or turn off the notifications. I pretty much just copy and pasted this system from one of my other games. Anyways, let me finally get those secret assets. I'm very confident that these will make my game go viral, and they're brain rots. Yeah, I can't believe I'm adding them, but if you take a look at the front page, they're everywhere. Steal a brain rot, Plants vs brain rots. Wait, what? There's even brain rot royale? This seems to be the new trend, and I think I have slept on it. So I want to give this a shot. However, there's a problem. I don't have any brain rot models, and I don't know how to rig them. I scrolled through Twitter and tried finding a good brain rot pack. There were a couple good ones, but they're very old. I messaged a lot of people and I couldn't find anything that works for me. I will get the pack later. For now, I made a group rewards UI. This is a really good way to boost your game's like ratio and get those favorites. And just like that, Rebirth should work as well. Here you can see all of the rewards and also the items that you need in order to rebirth. Let me find myself a grey golf. There we go, I should be able to rebirth. Let's go, I got the upgraded plot, the higher strength multiplier and also a bigger money multiplier. I hope there will be no bugs. A minute later, the system completely broke down. I tried to fix this myself, but I decided to hire someone instead. I think this guy can do it. I finally found a good brain rot pack, and let's just say it wasn't cheap. The pack looks really good, but I found a big problem. These are all in a single mesh, which means I can't really split them. This kind of ruins the purpose of my game, but I think I can figure something out. I should have checked this before buying. I tend to do first and then think. Anyways, I created the billboard UI that'll display the cash per second, strength, name, and etc. Currently, the game spawns items on the server. It can cause unnecessary lag, so I moved them on the client. I think I forgot to turn on my mic. I don't remember what I was doing here. These brain rots came with animations, so I wrote a script that'll play them. I also commissioned my animator for an idle and throw animation. I just got done scripting these brain rots, and I don't know why they keep falling over. Like, what the f is this? Anyways, I also added mutations, which means it can also spawn golden ones. These will give you more strength and money. I got many more mutations. However, I will save these for future updates. I fixed the upside down spawning issue with this single line of code. It's time to improve the monetization. There are plenty of game passes, but this game is lacking microtransactions. I won't go crazy, spamming the whole screen with developer products, but instead add a cash boost. This is the perfect way to increase the payer conversion rate. Even with all of these improvements, my games still somehow struggle with monetization. Scripting the cash boost was really easy, since I have done it before. Okay, so now the coin boost should work. If I go ahead and buy it, I should get a bigger cash boost. There we go, they give you 20% more cash now. Also, my scripter was able to fix the rebirth system. Now if you rebirth while your items are shredding, you shouldn't have any problems. Next up, I made an icon for each brain rot. In the meantime, I hired someone to make sound effects. This is how they turned out. I think they're satisfying enough. I configured each brain rot by assigning its image ID, chance, rarity, and etc. I just got done configuring all of these brain rots, and honestly, I don't even know the names for half of these. All I know that this is Berber Patapin, this is some kind of mango guy, and for the rest of these, I don't know. This looks like a Jupiter cow to me. Some of them were still falling over, until I realized that I forgot to anchor them. This game came with a golden event. I slightly modified it and created an icon for my developer product. I also added the admin panel. I can trigger events here as well. As you can see, I just started the golden event. I also made the server lock work and all of these passes. I think this game is ready for release. Well, not yet. I don't have any thumbnails. I hopped on Blender, created the scene and started rendering. I also created the scene in Studio and made another version. I got two thumbnails right here. One was made in Roblox Studio, another was made in Blender. And honestly, in terms of quality, they're both the same, except for the fact that this one took 2 times longer to make. I think I'm going to be sticking with thumbnails that are made in Studio. It's way easier to make them. I think I'm ready to release now. Nope, let's do some testing first. Yo, where is everybody? There is not a single soul in this game. I'm alone again. A little bit later, my testers joined and found a bunch of bugs. Hopefully I fixed them. Alright, it's time for the fun stuff. Advertising. I spent 6,700 plus 138 robux and launched the first campaign. I don't know why, but every single time I release a game, it's filled with bugs. I stopped the campaign and quickly fixed them. By quickly, I mean a couple hours. I'm really tired. I will see you tomorrow. I was so tired that I slept for over 12 hours. However, the problems didn't stop here. Look at all of these errors. There's over 5 million. This is crazy. There's something wrong with the plot controller. This error had an easy fix. All I did was add a safety check. I tried to boost my game's payer conversion rate by buying my own products. I'm curious to see if this will work. I decided to launch another ad. I think it was for around 4,000 robux. The first ad recently stopped running, and to be honest, the stats aren't that good. It has a click-through rate of 2.26%. I like to aim for 3% and above. Maybe these thumbnails are default, so I made a new one. After that, I bought more ad credits and launched the third campaign. I'm really starting to go in depth. I just woke up and I found about a massive problem. I have lost over 700 players because they simply got kicked. There's something wrong with the plot system that makes the players get kicked. I basically just wasted all of the robux that I spent on these ads. I don't know how these bugs go through testing. The issue was that this function waited for the player. However, it's called when the player leaves, so it left the system in an endless waiting stage. It's time to make the first update. I'm going to add 3 more brain rots. To get as much players as possible, I created an event. I spent 2,600 on ad credits and launched another campaign. I will check the results tomorrow. I think there's something wrong with these ads. Lately, Roblox has had problems with the analytics, but I think sponsorships are broken as well. How does this ad, which spent 8 ad credits, get 55 hours of playtime? But this one, which spent 2 times more, only get 9. I run these at 32 ad credits each, and it barely even spends half of it. Once again, I spent more robux and launched the 4th or 5th ad campaign. I noticed that my game had a bad like ratio. It's mostly related to the bugs, but I think I can improve it. I reworked the group rewards system. This way, it's way more accessible. Now, group rewards should be way more noticeable. I think people just didn't really see them. I mean, who wouldn't want to click on something that says free? I also reworked the starter pack, but for some reason, it's not showing up. I forgot to mention that update 1 is live. However, barely anyone joined, because no one really saw the event. For update 2, I'm going to add this stand. I scripted it to prompt you an invite to join the next update. I have noticed that many popular games do this, so this should work. This update will have a new diamond event. Let me show you how it turned out. This event turned out to be so good. Look at all of these effects. And the best part is that I can trigger the golden event as well. It'll spawn golden and diamond brain rots. I mean, this admin abuse looks like nothing crazy, but it's better than nothing. I'm still new to this. Back in the day, I used to make simulators. I made an icon for every single brain rot. I haven't checked my campaigns in a while. Once again, the ad is about to stop running, and it hasn't even spent all of my ad credits. Like, what am I even paying for? I know, I can use them in the future, but I need them right now. Also, this thumbnail ended up crushing all the other ones, with a click-through rate of 2.81%. It was definitely worth it to make it. Marketing a game is all about testing, analyzing the data, and making improvements. This game is making me pretty much nothing, so I tried to boost conversion again. Currently, the game is hovering over a couple players. I will wait a few days and see what happens. All of the ads have fully stopped running, and the results could be a little bit better. They did get a lot of clicks and a lot of playtime, but let me show you the player count. The game is sitting at 11 players, which is really bad. The thing is, I don't understand why. I have had games with much worse stats, and they performed significantly better. Look at the qualified playthrough rate, it's almost in the 90th percentile. And now let me see if I made any money back. Yeah, I quit. In total, the game managed to make 970 robux. I think I spent way more than that. However, not all hope is lost, because only yesterday it hit the algorithm. To get in the algorithm, you need to wait about a week or 2. This is a process that every game goes through. I wish I could show you the final results, but I have to upload this video. I might be down over 400 bucks in Robux, but I don't consider it as a loss. As long as you try, you can never be a loser. If you could join my Discord server and smash that subscribe button, it would make a man like me very happy. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed, have a great rest of your day, and peace.